I just can't take no pleasure in killing. Just some things you gotta do. Don't mean you have to like.
I like to dissect girls. Did you know I'm utterly insane?
You want to know what happens to an eyeball when it gets punctured? You got any idea how much blood jets out of a guy's neck when his throat's been slit?
Whatever you do, don't fall asleep.
What up, everybody? DJ Nubis here with you on the Military Radio Podcast with my ghoul brother from another ghoul mother, Mr. Tony the Dead. We are the Ghouls of Midnight with episode 46. This time, my choice, much to our chagrin, is Kill Her Ghost from 2023. It's a film that I did a trailer reaction for some time ago, and it's a film you would think that would have popped up right on Tubi or something right away, because once we're done talking about this, you're going to understand why. But the plot here is Audra's graduation gift is her dream house, but it soon becomes a living nightmare when some uninvited guests come to her homecoming party who aren't very subtle about the fact they don't prove her the home's new owner. And it stars nobody you know because most of them are all Playboy models, which is okay. The eye candy is nice. It's nice. Some nice ass shots in there and all that good stuff. But Tony, have you heard of this film prior to this? Your mic.
I've heard of it, yes, but it was my first time watching it.
Yeah, so bear with Tony. He's got a cold, so we're gonna try to take it easy on him. But here's the thing: like, it was funny too because I'm watching this, and then when Tony started watching it, he was texting me, and he's like 20 minutes in. He's like, "I'm 20 minutes in. I hate you already."
Yeah,
I said, "Well, wait till you get to 48 minutes," and then he goes, "What's happening at 40 minutes?" I'm like, "Exactly."
I thought, oh, it's gonna be like a big pair of titties or something, and I'm like, okay, and I'm keep looking. Where's 48 minutes?
Yeah,
And I'm like, what is he talking about?
this is a very weird movie in the way it's put together, and some of it didn't even make any fucking sense. But so basically, you got a young woman named Audra Buckleby. Now it starts out where her, I think it's her father, Cornell Buckleby, and some random young ass chick. They're kind of in a tent, playing around. I guess he's going to propose to her or something. But then we get this guy in a goat mask, which is kind of cool.
Yeah.
Starts chainsawing away. Now he's put two chainsaws together, almost like those swords, a double-edged sword. You see, so he's kind of like doing one of these things.
Yeah.
One thing that is positive. There's some positives in this. The gore effects are very good. I do enjoy the gore. It came out pretty good.
Yeah.
So then Audra gets the house for her graduation present. So she's there, and I guess, I don't know, they were selling it, but she takes a for sale sign off of the fucking lawn. She has some buddies that surprise her there, and there are other hotties, that they're all running around skimpy outfits and underwear and shit. So just for like almost an hour it takes from the opening scene to our next action, where the director thinks he's setting up this deep character plot, and it's not deep at all because the dialogue is so effing bad. I don't know. What are you thinking throughout this early part of the film?
Well, you said when I messaged you, it was just like so much filler.
Yeah.
Like her dancing around the house, jumping on the fucking beds, like. And I hope so much that fan would have cut her head off or something. Like, I know she's hot, but like, I thought, what the fuck? And then it goes to another room, and she's looking out. Oh, I have a dock. Oh, but she don't like the water. Why the fuck would you want that place? I know it's beautiful, but like, come on, you can't.
Yeah, it's just a real struggle. And the only thing I can think of is that it's directed by Steve Walsh, and what else does he do? But I think, the thing I was getting out of because it is Playboy models that are basically supporting most of the cast, the only thing I can think of is that he just wanted to kind of use the TNA. Like, it was just about the sexiness and the boobs, and which I don't care. But like, after an hour, dude, like, really? We don't quite need it that much. It's like,
I know. Well, if you're going to do it, show it.
Right, like, or because he did use a lot of dark scenes, and like it was hard to like keep up with even some of the kills because it's so dark. But anyway, by the time you get around the 48 to 50-minute mark is when we start actually getting to where now the girls are being pursued, and the script's all over the place. There comes a point where our lead, her sister shows up later on, and we find out that the sister's husband is trying to kill her. And then the other sister, our lead actress, comes in and starts, hitting them with the axe, and they start fucking them up. And then for whatever reason, they start fighting. I'm like,
what the fuck happened there?
I had to go back and rewind. It doesn't tell you. She just tries to tell her, like, yeah, it's enough. He doesn't need to take any more beat. I'm like, she doesn't understand. That guy just tried to kill her. Like,
yeah.
And then they start fighting. I thought the lead was going to kill her sister. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? What did I miss?
Yeah, I thought maybe she got possessed somehow.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
I went back and I looked at some other reviews because I thought, what am I missing here? Is she in on it? What's going on? It turns out they don't even know. Like, that's part of the problem with the script. There's like no reason for it. The only thing I can really gather by the end of it was that our lead actress just went nuts. That's the only thing I could think of. It's like she just went bazooka nuts. Like, maybe that was it.
That's how I took that too. That's how I
Yeah.
took it too.
The story itself, it's not super interesting. I mean, one point we have, again, I didn't catch this, maybe you did, but the lead actress's ex-boyfriend has a new girlfriend. And part of the plot supposedly is them playing pranks on them. And I'm like, I didn't catch any of that. Like, not till the end did we really see them again. I'm like, what is going on? Like,
you didn't even
just
see them
nothing.
doing what they were doing.
Yeah, it makes no sense to anything. And then they still get fucked up anyway. But I'm like, I don't know. The script is like all over the place. And like, I don't know if it's the editing or what's going on. But then you have people on the net are like, who do reviews for this are like, yeah, this is back to VHS slasher horror. I was like, no, it's not. I mean, those at least had somewhat of a fucking plot idea.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'm not trying to bash his director too hard, but I mean, come on, man, you got to try a little bit.
I know.
But like I said, it had some good points. And I'm sure you're going to feel the same way I did. By the time you get to the post-credit scenes, you can tell they're actually having fun making the film. And I was like, that was the most interesting part of the movie was the post-credit. Because they luckily somehow got Kane Hodder to don the fucking goat mask. I'm like, that's probably a pretty fun privilege to be part of that.
Yeah.
But like, I'm like, damn, dude, does Kane even recognize this film? Because it's really bad. But I mean,
you don't even see his face in it though. Like it's like he could not be in it for all you know.
Right.
Just put his name, like paint him, like
slap his name on it. But yeah, they look like they were having a blast making it, and that's fine.
Yeah.
And I those are the kind of things I like. But it was kind of funny because I'm sitting there thinking, I wonder how much the budget was because renting that Lamborghini was probably where most of the budget went.
Yeah, right.
For like a whole what was it, 30 seconds or so with the car.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, that had to be where the budget went because, like, I mean, it wasn't poorly shot, but just, I don't know, man. Like, I was just like really struggling with this film so much. And by the time I got to the credits, if I had just stopped and not seen the credits, it would have been worse because, like, the credits are really the best part because I'm just like, oh, yeah, they're having a blast. They're goofing off, enjoying it. And I was like, this is more interesting than the entire movie. I'm like, it shouldn't be that way.
No, it shouldn't. It was a stinker.
Yeah, I mean, you can't really get around it. I mean, some of the shots are nice. Like, I was kind of appreciating some of the scenery a little bit. Like I said, the gore was good.
Yeah.
But they wasted so much time and all the setup. I'm like, what are we doing? And then again, like, I don't mind pretty girls, but none of them can act their way out of a paper bag.
Oh. And I know it's low budget. You got to excuse it, but like, I would have been like, "Can you do that line again?"
Yeah.
Or like, don't even bother with that line because it doesn't make any fucking sense. Or you just said that like 3 seconds ago. Like, are you all right? Are you all right? Like, I don't know. He was just honestly probably relying on the eye candy.
Oh, well, that's definitely what it was doing. That was just all it was. Like, I didn't even know till after I started reading up on it that most of the actresses were all Playboy playmates. I'm like, oh, that's cool. But like, at some point you really do need actresses to really help you carry the film. And yeah, I guess the character of Goldface is not bad. Like, I kind of like it, but it just was less on him and then just more on everyone else. And even then, we don't even get an answer to why the husband was trying to kill or like why they were even doing. Like, I read up on it and all they say is like it was supposed to be something about the ex-boyfriend and his new girlfriend, but nothing makes sense because they never address it at all.
I think I don't know. I mean, his new girlfriend is sick of hearing him talk about his ex.
Yeah.
His ex is so fucking hot. I don't blame him. But like, there's no like, let's prank her. We gotta get her. Oh, let's scare her, and it's just they just show up at the end because at one point in time, this girl can't hold a fucking glass of wine to save her life, and they see prints in the wine, like footprints. Like, what is that? It's a goat. I'm like, oh shit, and then a goat comes in. I was like,
Yeah, we
okay,
got like 3 random goats.
yeah, like okay,
And
is
that
this
was the
gonna
other
like
thing too, like,
transform or something?
I
Nope.
wonder if, because you notice like throughout this where like you'd get like a character or a scene and then like some little description would come like this is so and so, this is who they relate to. I wonder if he knew because his script was like all over the place that he had to insert those just so that people could have somewhat of an idea who they are. Because again, it just never really touches on it. And it's like, wow, what are we doing?
Yeah, I think this
Uh,
director is put a lot of influence into this, like from other movies, and I think that kind of motif, the way they do that, is like like in The Faculty, where it's like they show up to school and it pauses them and says like so and so. I think
yeah.
he's like trying to do like a '90s thing there or something. I don't know. He definitely has a lot of shout outs to movies in here, but like, yeah, the acting is just. I can
Yeah, it's almost
excuse
like
the
he's
acting, but show me some titties besides the one I mean, they're all gorgeous, but, like,
yeah.
I wanna see the main girls.
Yeah, I did love. I don't even know the actress who it was, but the one that was killed in the bed, her
Oh, yeah.
ass was like, wow.
Oh,
Like I'm like, damn,
Australian
dude, that
chick?
is the nicest ass I've seen in a very long time. And
God,
that was some quality shit right there. And but you don't get to see her kill scene. We just get to see the aftermath, and I'm like, fuck.
yeah. That's the thing too with that. Why was she the one like, she got killed in her dreams.
Yeah,
Why?
yeah,
Like,
that's what
and
I'm saying.
if
Like,
this place is haunted, supposed to be haunted, right? But then you find out it's not, why did she die in her dreams?
yeah,
Freddy
and then
Krueger?
like right. That's the thing. There's no consistency with what's going on because those guys do die. Like they can be killed.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, it's just all over the place. And like, I mean, it had some kind of cool, funny moments when you had the one where I think it was the same chick. No, it was a different chick. She's like, you didn't tell me you had a dog. She's like, I don't. And then she's like, well, something licked my feet.
Oh, that part went on and on about the
Right.
dog, and oh my god, did you see a dog? Or what about what do they call Wookie? Oh, that's my dad's dog. He wouldn't be here. He's dirty.
Yeah.
Like, who gives a fuck?
Yeah.
Something licked their feet.
She went on and on about just like, is it invisible dog? I'm like, oh no, what are we doing? What are we doing?
There was
Why are
the
we
one
doing
part
this?
after that they did something, and then I think something got knocked over or something. She goes, "Are you sure you don't have a dog?" Like that part was like, okay, because like now you hear something. You sure you don't have a dog? That was like the only time I laughed. I was like, okay.
Yeah, it was a point where like shortly after that, when uh Audra goes to her purse to get her phone and there's no phone there because the other one says my phone's gone. She's like, are you sure it's gone?
Yeah.
So she gets to get her phone. I was like, man, if I'm using the script right, I'm like, I would have been the other girls say, was it an invisible phone? Like I would have done something of that, you know.
Oh yeah.
At least keep it consistent with the dialogue. But it's like, oh man, this was a tough one to get through.
They didn't like act stupid or anything. I mean, except for her jumping around the house in the beginning, but like they weren't like dumb blondes or anything. Like they were just girls having a girls' night and whatever they did, they were fine. They weren't like I mean, they're I guess some of the things they said was a little like not airheaded. I don't want to say airheaded, but like stupid. Like,
Yeah, no, and you make a good point because I think had they, the guy is clearly influenced by slasher 80s and 90s flicks, but it was like he was just throwing anything in the fan in this movie. Because, like, again, what purpose does a goat even serve other than it's called Killer Goats? But it's like no goats died. So, like, what are we talking about here? What is the point
Kill her
of this?
goats. And they're not even her
And
goats.
right, and I'm like, at least in like The Witch, by Edgar Wright, like at least Black Phillip kills the father, like you get to see something cool,
Yeah.
But this one, no one really dies from goats. I'm like, well, that'd been kind of cool, I could have seen some of that.
Yeah, when that
Or
goat
at
came
least
in,
if you're gonna do like, all the walking around with half shirts and panties, like I'm great with that, but
yeah.
cut it down and then let's get into some other kind of like maybe as girls start disappearing, we start like questioning one another. Like the girls like,
Yeah.
is it one of us? Are we doing this? Like,
Are you sure it's not you?
right. Anything that's more than just trying to go rehash. And then it was crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah, the editing was a big problem. I mean, again, we said, I know he wanted to show TNA and stuff, but he didn't even show it except for the one girl. And if that's going to be your big draw, I mean, edit that and then have like a special features and be like, or like, here's a director's cut. And
Well,
or
apparently they put this on 4K or on Steelbook.
Oh.
I guess. I'm like, how? What am I missing here?
I they have to get their money back from that Lambo rental.
Hey, I guess, man, because I'm like thinking about this. I'm like, dude, there's not a lot of budget here, and I'm thinking, well, they had a Lamborghini.
Yeah.
How the fuck they getting that?
Yeah.
Unless they borrowed a friend's or something. But I'm just like, Jesus Christ.
Which girl was your favorite? You said the one in the bed?
Yeah, the one in the bed. I think it might be Monica Sims. I'm not sure. I'd have to look up real quick because they don't have pictures for these ones.
The one who died in her dreams?
Well, she's the one that died in bed, right?
Yeah. Ellie Gonzalez. She's from Australia.
She was the brunette.
Yeah. She was.
Oh yeah, yeah.
She was incredibly hot. Like she was such a.
So her name is Autumn Amberley. Yeah,
Autumn.
yeah.
No, she's Missy Becks.
Or excuse me. Amberley West. Sorry, my fault.
No,
the one I'm thinking of. No,
it's
not.
Oh. Okay.
You might be right. It may not be her.
Well, the brunette that died in her dreams is the one with the short hair on the top. Ellie Gonzalez. And then yeah.
They didn't have one with short hair, did they?
No, but that's just her picture there on IMDb.
Oh, let me go look.
Yeah, I of course looked them all up to see them all nude.
Missy Becks, that was her?
Missy
that
Becks.
Was the
Yeah, because then Danielle Mathers, Haley is the one who came up in the Lamborghini.
Yeah, that's not her I'm thinking of, obviously, but
yeah.
Oh wait, no, Missy is the blonde.
Monica Sims is the only one that got naked. Like actual naked.
Yeah. No, they're saying that, at least according to this, that it's the blonde. Who is this? This is the one I'm thinking of. I mean, let me get a picture on this computer because
yeah, I liked Danielle Mathers. I mean, I like the main girl the most, but that girl that showed up in the Lambo, damn, like she seemed like she was a little older, maybe, and I like that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Did you like anybody in this movie? Like, did you like, oh, don't kill them? Because I really didn't.
Just that one that I liked.
That was a stupid death, man. That was a stupid death. They pull her back. I would have wished they would have, like, when they pulled the cover back, that like it was stuck to it and like gooey pulled off. You're like, oh my
Oh yeah.
god, because she got
But
pulled
yeah,
into
this is a chick that I like, but like again, this is I don't know, but
yeah.
she's the one. She was hottie, like definitely.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, that's Amberly West, I guess, is her name.
Show her naked, you'll know which one it is.
Right. Or just show me the ass. All I need is the ass shot.
Is this her? I don't know. Twerk a little. Let me see.
Yeah.
I can't really tell.
Oh, they kept singing that "Take Your Clothes Off" song, like
Yeah. The soundtrack sucked. It was
big sucky.
all over
Like,
the
dude, you
place,
could
but like
just
nothing
come to
good.
me, please. Anybody who's doing a horror film, I know enough metal bands. I can give you all the great bands to put on their soundtracks. Trust me. I'll talk to them.
He wasn't trying to make a horror film though. He was trying to make
I don't
a
know what he
titty
was doing.
slasher.
It had to be, yeah, it had to be, but it wasn't even softcore either. Like, you didn't even have girl on girl action. Like, you could have gave me that.
No. The fuck?
It's like, dude, what are you doing?
Well, I'm glad I never bought this, as I had this in my Amazon cart for a while, and it's like $10 or $13. I was like, okay, and then I was like, heard people. I haven't heard anything positive. Like I haven't read anything, but like every time I say that sucks, I'm like, oh. And then you pick this, I was like, well, I wanted to watch this, and
Well, that's the thing. Like, when I did the trailer reaction, this was a while ago. Like I said, you would think this movie itself would have been automatically thrown into one of your free streaming sites. So the fact that it wasn't, I'm like, well, does it mean it's pretty good and people just they want to still get their rental money out of it, or what's going on? But
I have no
yeah,
idea.
it just not good. Not good. All right,
And
let's do our
not that
goal
you
rating.
need tits in a movie to make it good. I'm not saying you
Well,
need that,
doesn't hurt.
but yeah, it don't hurt. But this movie could have used it.
Yeah, I mean,
Good.
it had a lot of good things. I mean, like I said, the gore and practical effects were good. But when all the good fun stuff is in the post credits and not in the movie, then you deal with problems. Like it's just the
Yeah.
movie's just. I'm thinking usually when you have a movie that's like maybe an hour, uh, you say to yourself, oh, it might be tough because it's limited, but then this is like an hour and 30. So that's usually average time for a movie. And you think, okay, well, they've done all their cross their T's and dot their I's, and we got like a good story, but they waste way too much time on bullshit.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh.
What is your ghoul rating and final thoughts for Kill
Jesus.
Her Goats?
Kill Her Goats. I think they should unalive Steve Walsh. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. If he shows tits in his other movies, I'll watch them. But I'm never gonna watch another one of his movies again. But I'm glad I got to finally see it. It saved me some money. Yeah, the girls were incredibly hot, somewhat likable, but at the same time, don't care about them. The story was all over the fucking place. There was so many unanswered questions. It was just a fucking mess, this movie. So I was gonna give this like a 3 just for like the 3 girls in the house, but nah, I'm gonna give it a 1. This made Tin Can look like a fucking Oscar worthy fucking movie, man. But we didn't know.
Yeah.
We're not trying to pick shit movies, but
No, because that's sometimes how you find some gems is when you just pick something that's no one's talking about or has seen. And I'm like, maybe we get lucky, but this isn't one of those cases. Yeah, so if not for Amberley's ass, this would be like a 1, but I'm giving it a 2 just for her ass. 2 for ass.
One each cheek.
Right. And that's funny because that's about the average that most users give is like a 1 or a 2. So I mean,
I can't believe it has a 3.1 on IMDb.
That's too much.
That's their friends liking it with a 10, and they're just
You're right. They had to go. They're like, please like this movie. Please like this movie.
yeah.
Oh shit. I
Yeah,
feel
it's a
bad because
shame.
it's again the girls. You could tell they had a blast making this film, but it's like it's
Yeah.
just so bad.
Yeah.
It's like you could have did them a bit more service and justice by at least putting a coherent script together. Because
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm gonna get that much pretty talent in there, I'm gonna make sure the story's good.
Yeah.
And plus, you're getting Kane. Fuck of all people, Kane.
Yeah, Kane Hodder. Like, what the hell? I forgot what I was gonna say. It's terrible, and it's a shame, like we said. But if the editing is the problem, and the story, I mean, maybe he was trying to go for a slow burn, but Jesus.
And that's fine in some ways. I mean,
Yeah.
if we got to a point, because like again, some reason the husband's there, dressed up, and then supposedly the ex-boyfriend has a connection, which we don't know why.
Yeah.
If those all come into clear picture and we get a better idea, then great. But it never gets there. It's like, what did I just watch? Like, what is this?
Well, I just that doesn't make sense either. Like, she pulls up in the Lambo and is complaining that her husband
Yeah, she
wanted
throws
to
a ring away.
divorce her right after her father died, so he can get the inheritance. Why don't you just stay with her?
Yeah, well, she throws the ring away, and then like again, as they're sitting there, he's trying to kill her. He's like, "Just die, bitch!" And then like the sister comes, our lead actress comes and beats him down.
Yeah.
And as the sister keeps beating him down because she's pissed off that he killed their dad, she's telling her sister, "This guy killed our dad, and you're worried about him." And then they start fighting. I'm like, "What's going on? What?" Unless there was the idea, I don't know, maybe the sister that was married decided that, well, if I kill my sister, I'll get all the money. I don't know what the fuck. They never say anything.
They should have
I
said
never
something
understand.
like that. They should have said it. I just kind of assume that the sisters don't really get along and whatever. I don't know.
But
It does,
it's just baffling.
That's what this was.
Yeah, we don't even get any hot sex scenes or anything. That sucks. I know it'd be softcore, but come on. The chicks are just going to waste.
And the whole time they're in the shower and they're holding their tits. Like, who does that? Nobody does that.
Especially if you're just with all girls or whether even guys in the building. Like,
and you had like those little parts where like they kept taking their shirt off and looking in the mirror and then taking it off and put another one on. I'm like, at first I'm like, put a fucking shirt on already. And it's like, oh, it's for the movie. And then another girl gets a shower, gets dressed, fucking sexy as hell, goes downstairs. I don't want to watch a horror movie. I'm going to bed. Goes upstairs and takes it off again.
And then, like in the post-credit scene, when the two girls are sitting on the couch and they're fucking around, the one girl goes to the lead, puts both her hands on one of her boobs, says, "Look, 2 hands on just one boob." I'm like, that's sexier than everything else we saw in the movie.
Yeah. It's like, come on, more of that.
That's interesting dialogue. You should have kept that in there.
Yep.
Like, I'm like, dude, you guys are killing me, Smalls. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah, well, they can't all be winners.
Yeah. Well, what do you have coming up for us? I know later today.
Well, after this, we're going to do episode 47, and we're going to be talking about Winnie the Pooh 2, Blood and Honey. Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey 2.
Electric Boogaloo.
Yeah. Yeah. So, and Anthony Jordan's going to be joining us on that one again. We tortured him with the first one. Now we had to make him watch the second one. And
going through the grim fairy tales.
Yeah. I don't have a pick yet for my next one.
Me either.
It'll be 48 and 49, and then the 50th is we have to plan for what we're gonna do.
Yeah.
But Yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna pick it. I don't think I'm gonna pick a fairy tale thing. I'm gonna kind of lay off it for a little. But yeah, I don't really
Yeah,
have anything in mind.
for me, Thursday, of course, I think I'm going to do a live thing for the Diablo 4 Season 8 developer discussion around 2 p.m. Probably usually run an hour or two, and then maybe I'll do some gaming. I don't know. But later tonight or later Thursday night, I'll get with the ground poet as the NFL live draft for the first round begins. We'll start our coverage at 7 p.m. Draft itself starts at 8, but I think Neko might join us as well for that. And then really the next stuff that I have is on Saturday for Into the Darkness with Kevin Lambert for the Rec series.
Yeah.
We'll be covering that. And then, of course, later that evening, I'll get together with him again for the Education podcast on his channel to talk about heavy metal.
Nice.
So get a breakdown of all that good shit. But that's pretty much what's coming up, really. So hit the like and subscribe, please. Go to Mr. Tony the Dead, hit and like and subscribe. A lot of great content there. In fact, what was it? Was it Blood and Honey? Or one of the episode we did on his channel is like 210 views. That's pretty amazing. Like,
Yeah.
so it's
I
either Peter
started doing
Pan or
shorts
Blood.
now.
It might be Winnie the Pooh though. So
I think it's Winnie the Pooh. Yeah, it's a hit or miss. Sometimes it don't even get 100 views, and sometimes it gets 200 or so.
yeah,
If it gets
just
to
depends on
300, I'm happy.
right. That's how I look at it. If I can get to 100, I'm happy. But most of the time, I'm around the 50 or 60 range. Nobody likes my content, I guess, or my picks.
Well, with mine, it takes a while for things to get, traction.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, anyway, we'll see you next time here on the Metal Terror podcast, and be looking out for that next Ghouls of Midnight for Winnie the Pooh 2. Be interesting because it's a little bit different than the first one. So
Yeah.
we'll see you next time. Take care, everybody.